Denali National Park is where I discovered Alaska. My very first day in the state, I drove the length of the Denali National Park road, and I was in love with Alaska ever since. Hey there, I'm David Shaw. I'm a professional outdoor photographer and workshop leader, and I want to tell you about a really extraordinary trip that I've got coming up for the next couple of years. Denali National Park, it is a big and dramatic place with a feeling of wildness that is increasingly rare in our national parks. As a photographer, however, it can be a really frustrating place to shoot. The park's one road has limited access. You're limited to using the park services bus system. And that means if you want to spend time waiting for the light or waiting for wildlife action, it can be really difficult, if not impossible. Making it even more challenging is that right now, through the summer of 2026 and maybe even into 2027, the park road is closed about halfway in. So at about mile 45, there was a landslide. It's causing a large amount of work for the Park Service to repair the road, and that whole western half of the park road is essentially inaccessible. But if you can get into that western half of the park over the next couple of years, you're going to experience something truly extraordinary. And that's having a national park almost entirely to yourself. For the next couple of summers, in late August to early September, I'm working in collaboration with Camp Denali, one of my favorite lodges in the state of Alaska, one of my favorite places in the state of Alaska, to offer a trip that will fly us by bush plane into a remote airstrip in the western end of Denali Park. And there we will be able to stay for several nights at the amazing Camp Denali Lodge, experiencing having a national park. It's essentially empty of all other visitors. Camp Denali uniquely has permission to use the park road for interpretive excursions. So even though we'll be west of that closure, that western end of the park road is still drivable for those of us staying at Camp Denali. And so we'll be able to venture each day deep into the park to areas where basically no one else is able to go right now. To look for wildlife, to photograph the incredible landscapes of the western side of Denali National Park, and to experience being alone in one of the great national parks of North America. This experience is incredibly special, but it's not going to last. You won't be able to put this trip off until 2027 or 2028 because the road is going to reopen. And though that western end of the park is still beautiful, the sense of isolation and aloneness that we're going to be able to have for the next couple of summers is going to disappear. So I invite you to join me. I have space available in August of 2025, and trip dates for 2026 will be announced in the fall of 2025. So don't miss out on this opportunity. It's incredible and unique, and I can't wait to share it with you.